if I just lived in that spirit all the time, and I never stepped out on faith, I literally wouldn't be doing 99% of the things that I'm doing now, and I wouldn't have had the experience. When you have to choose between doing what's safe, step out on faith, because that's where all the magic happens. That's where all the beautiful things lie, is in the things that, because imagine how many people are stepping out. Not many, to be honest. Not many people are stepping out on faith. They did the work be a lot different place. And so that is the road less traveled. So you come here and you're like, okay, this is predictable. This is safe. I'm comfortable here. This is scaring me, but I really want to go. Like, something's calling me, you know, that's the spirit. It's calling me here, but this is safe. Are you sure? No, I don't think do it. Yeah. Because we're all going to leave this earth one day. Yeah. And I think a lot of the rhetoric that we're told back home is that work now, so you can enjoy later. Yeah. You know? Don't take any unnecessary risk, and it's just like, that may have been true at some point in time for survival reasons. Yeah. But now we're in this place where it's like, you don't know if tomorrow is going to be here for you. I don't know if it's going to be here for me. Mm-hmm. I work so hard, and to not live it now, and to not take the risk now, and to not live and breathe in that moment and step in that faith and do something that scares you. Because guess what? If you do see tomorrow, you can start over again then. If it doesn't work out for you today, if you're like, oh girl, Spain was awful. Like, imagine you felt like you came here, like, I just can't do this. You can go home tomorrow, but you did it. Yeah. And not many people can say they did it. And you're like, you know what? Tomorrow I want to go to China. And now you're off to China. Mm-hmm. Places we saw in textbooks as children. I have family members who've never even left the state, who left the country. And it's just like, I don't judge them for that, because it takes a certain amount of faith to overcome that fear. But it's something that I was blessed with mostly. I would like to thank my mom, because I was not like this, sis. I wasn't. My mom's in the military. She's excuse my language. My mom is pretty badass. And the first place she went was like, we moved to Vegas, and then we moved to Germany. And when we did that, I was like, no, I can't. You're going to move to another country that I haven't even left the country before? You want me to move to another country? Another continent? Oh, wow. Another continent, another culture, all these other languages. Little old Dallas girl, little old me. And I was country too, girl. I was talking like this all the time because I ain't never been nowhere. Hey. And I think I stayed the first year. Okay. I was like, oof. And then I just started thinking, like, because she's like one of my heroes. Like, after my grandpa, I was like my mom. I was just like, if she can do it, and she's had a rough life, if she can do it, I can do it. I copycat my mom. I'm still like a little kid. She's eating something. Can I have some? Like, I'm like, I'm still this way. I'll crawl in bed with her. So she did it. I could do it too. And so the next year, so I stayed behind here. I went to be there, and I was like, wow, these are people just like me. And that's the thing that you don't know until you go there, because you read in a book, and you're like, Germans talk like this, Yeah. And you're just like, there's these angry people and World War II, and it's just like, oh my gosh, right? Right. And you go there like, oh my gosh, it's not like this at all. Like, people are pretty great, and everything was normal. Like, with all the things that make us different, there's 10 times as much that make us the same. Sure. And I think that's the biggest fallacy, is that we're all so different, because we really aren't. And I went there, and I was like, this is pretty great. And I was scared for my first. Like, what about this guy? I'm gonna be eaten by sharks. And I was like, oh, I learned it. And then I did it again. Yeah. Like, and then I did it again. Then we moved back, and I was like, dang, kind of miss it, right? And then I got this really great job a few years later that I traveled all over the country. Like, I was all over the country, a different city every week, every few days. And I was like, this is amazing. then it started intercontinental and through different countries, especially after I met my fiance, because he taught me how to travel. He's like, oh, we don't do 5-star hotels here. We don't do 4-star hotels here. You're going to sleep in somebody's closet kind of thing. I was like, what? Bad bugs, right? And so, like, he was like, no, we're going to do this, and you're going to be walking, we're going to rent a car, we're going to drive all around the country. And I was like, this is incredible. And so from that moment on, I was just like, you're not going to stop me. Like, I got to go wherever I got to go. And now I'm not even afraid to do it alone, which was, you know, as a woman of color, it's something that's just a little scary. Solo travel.
Oh, yeah, true.
So I commend you for doing that, because that is not at all easy.
Yeah, it isn't. Thank you.
Yes, girl, you deserve all the praise for that. I learned how to, you know, be safer and do solo travel. And now it's like I kind of prefer it most of the time. And, oh, God, like once you start, it's hard to stop. And so I'm like, I feel like everyone needs this experience. So don't ask me if you want me to tell you to stay home, because I'm not going to do that. But should I go do this 6 months in Korea? Yes. Go live your life, and because you don't know if tomorrow's going to be here, and at least you can say you did it.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be an actor? Go be an actor. Like, go do it. It takes a long time. So if you usually just the most successful, they've probably been doing it for 20 years already before they even, you know, got a big break. But it's like, do it. Why won't you try? I'm scared of what? And yeah, it's a lot of things. Do it scared. Like Will Smith said, if you're scared to do it, you know, do it scared. Then you want to fly a plane? Well, pilot classes on Groupon. You know what I mean? Oh wow. Nothing should be stopping you from living the life that you want to live, because you can always start over. You can be 50 and start over. You can be 65 and start over. You haven't gone to college, you want to go do it.
Yeah,
do it.
What I love is that there are many options right now. I think, yeah, definitely more so than in the past. You know, of course there'll be obstacles, but as you said,
always.
there are many options that you can do to choose what you want.
And there's obstacles. Oh, we're gonna jump over those. We're gonna work through those, because what kind of testimony doesn't have any obstacles in it?
Right. Exactly.
Who wants to read that story? Who wants to? You don't buy a book because everything works out. You know, you don't watch a movie because everything happens that the character wants to happen. That doesn't make the book or movie worth reading. That doesn't make for a good testimony. I mean, because if everything good happened all the time, then how would you appreciate it? Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I think people live life thinking happiness is a goal, and it's not. Happiness is something that you personally decide to attain, and you decide to feel and react this way, because things are going to happen all the time, especially when you decide to pursue faith. You think it's going to, I believe in Jesus now, so everything's going to be great. No. That's when things seem harder, because not only are you battling the world, but you're battling yourself and the desires and the things that you want to do and the things that you want to have. And so it's like, that's making your story, you know, at the end of the day, in the big book, when they start going through everything, that is your story. And I want my story to be really cool to read. What about you?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, it's true. Through traveling, I have had some hard things happen, right? And sometimes I would feel like giving up, but I have learned that it has led me in different directions. Like, I wanted to stay in the US because I was there for a little time, and I wanted to stay longer, and that didn't happen. The door was shut in my face, like so tight. You know, but then I started thinking about other things. Like, I literally prayed because I wanted to travel some more. And I was like, but I always wanted to go to Spain. I always wanted to go to Europe. I just didn't think it would be possible, right? I didn't have the money. But then I found out from a friend that this program I'm doing right now, you can get paid while you're traveling. It's not a lot, but it can take care of your expenses, right? So all that to say is that, yeah, definitely I can see where my story will hopefully inspire people, because it's, yeah, it's been like up and down, up and down.
Yeah. What's your most interesting, or like your most like stressful like travel story that you have?
Well, I wasn't ready to share this, but like the most stressful is when I went to the US and like I was denied entry because they didn't think I had enough money, and they sent me back home, and it was just so stressful. Yeah, because it was like they were just criticizing and looking down on me and making me feel like nothing really. And yeah, I felt so terrible because I had a dream. I wanted to be a missionary. I left my job because I was studying dental surgery, but I didn't. I graduated and I didn't feel led in that area. So I really wanted to be a missionary, right? And I wanted to go to the US to start the training for that. And it just didn't happen. I just didn't have enough money. So that broke me, because I was just like, God, I wanted to do this for you. Why didn't you make it happen? I literally expected him to make it happen. But now that I'm here, I'm just realizing that there are other ways to be a missionary. There are other ways to share the work of the work of God, or the glory of God, through your works, like through your excellence. And that's what I'm trying to do, like doing online stuff. Just showing people representation, like me as a Black woman, as a Jamaican, that I'm here, I'm traveling. If this is something you want to do, then you can do it. And I'm trying to show people how, like if they want to be an actress. So that's why I'm happy that you're here. Or if they want to work, or if they want to take a vacation, whatever it is, you don't have to be afraid, because the opportunities are there. And if one door shuts, there are other doors, really. And I've learned that personally.
Yeah. I mean, if a door shuts, there's windows.
Yeah, right?
You can climb through a window. I mean, because it's just, this world was given to us, and it wasn't given to us to separate ourselves from each other. It was given to us, to bring us closer together. And when something happens, and I say this all the time, I have so many mottos, girl. That when you come to an obstacle like that, especially a really big one that you went through, I always say that is not meant to discourage you. It is meant to direct you, because it's like a maze. Sometimes the path that you're supposed to be on, that you're given, divinely given. People are thinking it's going to be like this, and it's going to be just uphill. Yeah. But that's not how it is. It's like this, and then it's like this, and it's like this, and it's like this, and like this, and to get you to where you need to go. Sometimes it's lateral, sometimes it is uphill, sometimes it's downhill. And the thing is that when you hit opposition, it's meant to direct you. And so you're exactly where you need to be, because that was the direction that you were supposed to be going. And had you try to fight and break down the walls and climb up the walls, then we wouldn't be walking in or towards your purpose, Yeah. And that's really hard sometimes to accept, because there's things that we want so bad. Like it's just sitting on our heart, this desire to have this thing or this event. And it may not always be meant for us. And you always meant for something greater than you even thought you could plan for yourself. True. And sometimes you being in a place, in a time, can have a huge impact on someone else. It's not even for you sometimes. You know what I mean? Just the fact that you went through something, and then maybe you shared this experience like you're doing with me on here, or with someone you meet, or just anything like that. Like, or you didn't make it, you're at the airport and you talk to a woman who may not want to continue to see the next day. And you never know that the conversation that you have with this person changed the direction that they were going in their lives. And so it's just like so much happens behind it, just like on set. So much is happening behind the scenes that you can't see.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And so we have to kind of live in the vein of this, just like, and it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be disappointed, it's okay to not be okay, and to mourn, things. But then we have to like pick ourselves back up and keep moving, because as long as you're blessed to see another day, that means your duty, and it's to show gratefulness for the life that you have now.
Yeah,
is to live it, because why would we have this gift if we weren't supposed to be using it and living it to its fullest? And that for someone like me who has like medical condition, they're like, what? I didn't know that. Like, I didn't want you to, because if it's meant for me to be gone tomorrow, like I've had my time to mourn, but if it's meant for me to be gone tomorrow or 20 years or 50 years from now, I don't know. But I don't want to sit here and live like something's wrong with me every day, because, and for everything else, I'm relatively healthy. And so I might as well live, my life now. And I say it like it's easy. It ain't easy. It's not easy to do that, because there's times where you just want to quit. I don't want to act anymore because you were married to an outcome. We think that to be successful, things need to look a certain way. Maybe I need an Oscar. I want my Oscar. Or maybe I need to be doing this kind of show, working with this director or these actors. And as you grow forward, to be able to accept this, but that's part of faith. You just got to do it. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. For anyone like who is interested in acting or in the creative field, what would you recommend for them, or any resource, if they're just starting or whatever?
I actually create an organization just for these kind of questions and things like this, based in my community, called Dallas Actors of Color. And so this is like one of the number one questions that we get is how, when, where, who. And honestly, if you want to begin acting, the main thing, and no matter what country you're in, no matter where you are, you need to be educated on what it is you need to do. If you're going to be a doctor, you don't just show up at a clinic, right? You go to school and you train. And there's so many different really good schools for actors just all over the world. And you start taking classes. Because the one thing, and maybe you decide you just want to do it as a hobby. The main thing that you want to do is be good at what you want to do. And to be good, you need to be building that skill. And to be building that skill, you need to be learning about it. To be learning about it, you need to go to school, to go to class, read books. Some people can't afford to go to classes. YouTube University will teach you everything you need to know as well, until you're able to afford that, because being an actor, being a creative in general, is a huge investment in yourself. It is not cheap. And I have to it's something I need to really stress. You're going to have hungry nights, because especially if you don't have a significant other or any other form of income, which I do suggest you have another form of income to supplement this life, because when you start, you're often working without pay or for very, very little pay. And you're going to have to pay for classes. You're going to have to pay for headshots, because you need to have to be good quality. You can't just jump in and have your cousin, Ray, take your headshots. No, you have to have, industry quality headshots to be taken seriously. I think the first thing people think they need to have when they become an actor is an agent. And yeah, that's not the first thing. It's like this is the top of the stairs when you get an agent. And you're down here and you're trying to jump up here instead of taking the steps to get there.
Okay.
And having an agent doesn't change your life as an actor. And I think people think they treat representatives kind of like God. Sometimes it's really scary. Like, oh, when I have this, all of my dreams will come true. They'll provide for me everything that I need. And they don't. They work just as hard for you as you do. And sometimes less, depending on who your agent is. So an agent wants to work for someone who's going to get the money, because that's how they get paid. Yeah. So being an actor, you have to avoid scams. Any creative, you have to avoid the scams. People are going to exploit your dream. You want to train, and you want to train at a legitimate location. Once you're training, usually through these relationships you'll build through your instructor and through the other students who are there, you'll be provided more opportunities to like maybe do some short films or to do something small. And then maybe, you'll learn about, because utilize your resources. So when you are in class and you have these actors here, ask them about their agents. Who are you with? How are they? Like, do an interview process like you're doing now. Like you want to keep always doing your own research. Don't expect to just have someone tell you how it is, because that's their experience. And your experience is unique, not just because you're a beautiful woman of color, but because you're from Jamaica. That's an experience that I don't have. Or because you're in Spain, that's an experience someone else doesn't have. So it's just like people who are sharing similar experience you want to pull from. But you also want to utilize your resources and to see what works for other people, so that you can create your own, plan of action. And so find out, do your research, get on Google. That's one thing I have. It's so frustrating when people ask me questions and I tell them, and instead of taking that information and say, oh, I'm going to research and dig deep and dive into this and see what else I can find, they'll just be like, keep asking more questions. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They'll be like, where can I submit for auditions? And I'll tell them, well, if you're in the US, actorsaccess.com is a great place to have a profile in order to submit for auditions. Okay, well, when I get on there, like, what do I have to do? Well, you create a profile, you upload your pictures. Okay, well, what kind of pictures do I need to have on there? And like, is it something I need to pay for? When easily they can be like, okay, Actors Access, I'm going to go do some research on that. And then they could have answered their questions. And then when you hit a wall is when you come back to me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's a pet peeve, but I still try to do my best and be patient. But that's once you have classes, once you've gotten good at what you like, once you've gone and you've done all the research, then you can start, working. You don't need an agent to start working. Okay. It's who you know, and it's all about networking. So usually if you're in class, someone's making or filming, or they know someone who is, and now they put you two in touch, and it's all about making friends. It's all about building a tribe and a network. And once you do that and work a little bit and you have something to show for it, like, copies of your work, then you can start searching for agents, and you're going to hear a lot of no's. This industry is full of so much rejection. It's not for everyone, because a lot of people can't take the rejection. We get more rejection a year than more people do in their entire lives. You have no idea how much I've heard no. So much. Yeah. It used to be so discouraging. I'm like, why am I doing this? I quit. This sucks. Like, nobody wants me, because as an actor, as an artist, singer, painter, whatever, you often feel that your worth is tied and your value is tied into your work. Yeah. If nobody is hiring you for your work, then you feel that you have no value often. And that's a fallacy. That's incorrect. But it's really hard not to do that. And so it's definitely something that you need to be working on internally and following the plan that's set out for you. But you're gonna have to have some thick skin. Not everybody's nice that does this, or kind, or helpful. And once you have an agent, you still need to work hard. That's not your time to sit back and relax. You have to work even harder once you have an agent, because you need to keep working to prove to them, because it's a collaboration, it's a partnership. They're working with you, for you, because they think you're gonna make them money. So you have to it's like a business. You have to keep showing them I'm profitable, so that they can continue to want to work with you. And so you have to keep working. And once you get an agent, you can start getting considered for more important roles, for larger roles like The Chosen, for TV shows and movies and things like this. And then once all that starts to happen, and honestly, it could take several years for you to be like working more consistently. And once it happens, then you can start to grow. You can, I can get a manager. I can get multiple agents. I can have an agent in Atlanta, an agent in LA, an agent in London, an agent in Spain.
I didn't know about multiple agents.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the thing that people don't admit. People think that you just have one agent. You usually have one manager, and there's a difference between the two, and a lot of people don't understand that. Allergies. An agent and a manager are very different. They often get kind of meshed in Europe, and so people are really confused, but it's kind of something that we create in the States. And so it's like, well, we're telling you how it is. Listen to us. So an agent books you or gets you in the room. So they have relationships with casting directors who are requested by productions to find actors. Like, okay, I'm making a movie. I'm going to call you and I'm going to say, hey, I need a Black actress between the ages of 20 and 35. I needed options. Then you are going to call an agent and be like, hey, send me your actresses between 20 and 35 because we have this casting. They send it to casting. Casting says, They look at your clips and your pictures and they say, okay, I want Apryl, I want Amber, I want Ashley. I want them to send me an audition or come and do an audition with this little sample of the material. You do the audition. They send, the casting director wants you to win. They don't care who wins. They want us all to win. So they'll go through, make sure you have it right. They'll send that to me, the production, and I have to say, I like Apryl and I like Amber. Let me see those two again.
Okay.
Then you do it again. You either come in person or you send another tape, and then say, okay, I want Apryl. April's going to do it. All right, she's booked. And then you book the job. So the agent is the one who facilitates your relationship with the casting director. A manager's job is more inclusive. Their job is to help you form and follow a career path, like what's best for you. So their job is to help you grow and be the best, most successful actor you can be. So their job goes beyond facilitating a relationship with casting directors. They are telling you, hey, the pictures that you have are awful. You need to get more photos, better photos. Your reel, the sample clip of your videos, terrible. Or it's not terrible. You need to rearrange it to better market. They tell you how to be the best actor you can be, to be working as much as you can. They also help you manage your relationships between agents. You don't have an agent in a certain market. They'd be like, hey, I have a really great relationship with this agent. I'm going to put you in contact with them. And then you can get a new agent that way. Now you can work more in this location. Often managers have really close relationships with production companies, so they can skip that part of having to go through casting, and then you can get seen directly by production. They also can help you. You have live appearances, you have, major events or commercials. They are the ones that help facilitate the direction you're heading in your career. So often my manager would be like, someone wants to work with me, or a job wants me to film, and she's like, I don't think that's going to be good for the path that you're trying to go on in your career. Okay. That's not going to help you get to where you want to go, because once you do a job like this, you'll keep doing jobs like this and you'll never be able to go further. Yeah. Because they'll always see you as this.
Yeah. I think that it's like typecasting. Is that the word?
Yeah, you can easily get it. Okay. You've seen movies of the guy who plays the bad guy. He is always the bad guy after that. Yes. Right? Yes. It's very similar. And so she'll be like, nope, not doing that. Your agent is just like, you're working. Here's another job that I got you an audition for. Your manager's like, that's not going to be conducive of where you're wanting to go in your career. And I don't advise that you do that, right? Mm-hmm. They're like your advisor.
Right, yeah.
It's definitely a more inclusive job. And I recently just got a manager, because usually you have to reach a certain point in your career for them to be really valuable to you, because they get paid off everything you do. Mm-hmm. And if you're not doing anything, you're giving all your money away before you even see it. So I recently just signed with Zero Gravity Management with Aona McLean. And so it's basically going to take your career just a step further. And I just pray every day, because this is not an easy thing to do. And especially if you want to do it so badly. And it requires a lot of faith. And all you want to do is just be good at what you love and do it for a living. And that's really all that most of us want. Like, people get famous like as like a, not a consequence, but it's just like as a result sometimes. But there are plenty of actors who are extremely happy that you don't even know their name. They're just happy to be able to do, they maybe have a smaller role in TV show, you have no idea. They're able to go to work every day, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what they want to do. Like for me, I wanted to be a dentist, so it's funny that you said that for a while. And it was like, imagine if I went to be a dentist and I'd be happy to go into the clinic every day and do my job. That's all you want to do. As an actor, that's 99.9% of us don't even care about fame. We just want to be able to survive, pay our bills, live a normal, happy life, and be able to do what we enjoy to do, doing on a daily basis. That's it.
It makes sense.
Sometimes you get famous. Yeah.
But it's not the only goal, because
that's usually not a goal at all, because with that comes a loss of privacy and things like that. But I think the goal is just to be working consistently, doing what you enjoy doing with your life. And sometimes you get really successful at, because you're really good at your job, or you're really beautiful, or for whatever reason, people start to take notice, and now you become a face, you know, or a household name or something like this. But that's not everyone. Think about all the NBA players that you don't know their names, or all the football players that you have no idea what their names are, but they're here playing in the championships or whatever. And it's just like, they're happy because they're living their dream. It's not a big deal if you know them or not. It's just that they've worked so hard to get here, and they get to do it every day. Like, whew, imagine, right?
Yeah, this is taking me so much into that world. And what I see is that you have the talent, like you've worked to get the skills for acting, but you also need to get the things around. I'm sorry, I don't know the term, but like the agent, the manager. So the different.
Yeah, your representatives.
Right. To make it work so that you are actually doing it successfully.
Yes. And that none of that is easy. None of that is easy, and all of it requires a level of investment, because like you said, why would you do anything mediocre? You don't want to do anything mediocre, but it's a huge investment, because you have to have equipment, because when you start acting, you don't have anything. Even after you start learning, which you never stop doing, I still take classes, I still get coached. You're gonna have to get your pictures taken all the time, because you change, you age, your hair grows, you have to look current all the time. So you have to get your pictures done, and then you have to have like a little sample of your work video, and so much, and you have to keep doing it often that it costs some money. You have to self-tape your auditions. If you don't have anything to do in your house, you have to go to someone who provides the service for you. And it's just classes, coaching, self-tape. It's so expensive. And so as an actor, you'll always realize, you'll come to learn an actor is never just an actor. It's very rare for an actor to just be an actor. Usually they're like a director, also a photographer, a writer, maybe they're a lawyer. Like, we're always something else, because we've had to learn how to invest in ourselves and provide our own services. So I learned how to be a photographer as an actor. Because I was like, these headshots are really expensive, and I have to do them every 6 months, and I'm not making that much money. And I realized that there's other people like me who don't have that much money, who really want to do this. And I was like, well, maybe if I teach myself how to take, good, decent pictures, I can provide a service, very affordable or free for some people, service that can get them good quality headshots that will get them working now, that they don't have to spend a paycheck to do. That was my inspiration, was like, I want to help people, and also myself in the process, by learning how to do something. And I did. And then the same thing with my videos. Like, I had to learn how to edit my own photos, because they wouldn't charge you $20, $15 a photo to edit. YouTube University, learn how to edit my photos, and then my videos. I can't pay $40 a minute for someone to edit my videos. And then you have to edit them every few months. That's ridiculous. Learned how to do that myself. Self-tapes. I had to buy lights, I had to buy cameras, I had to buy background, I had to buy tripods, like, and then you have to like, whew, it's like so much. But once you invest in it, now you have it, and then you're able to provide yourself and invest in yourself, and then have that that resource of your own. And now I can become a resource for others. So you're like, Amber, I need to self-tape. Okay, well, come on over, and then I'll read for you, and then we'll record your self-tape here. And it's a tribal thing. This industry, being an artist, being a creative, it's a tribal industry.
Mm-hmm. And I guess
have to have a tribe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I guess that's one of the main reasons why you have your foundation, the Dallas Actors of Color, so that you can provide that tribe for people that need it, right?
Yes, exactly. I realized that when I came to the industry, I was being exploited. I hit every scam possible. And then, I wasn't even getting anywhere near what I needed or anywhere near quality. And I was like, how can I save other people from making the same mistake? Make your own mistakes, make new ones. Don't make the same ones I made. I made them for both of us. Mm-hmm. And so I created this organization where we can, first of all, reform the community. Mm-hmm. Because I would notice I would go to auditions and, the other actors would be like, oh my God, hey girl, they'd hug, and it literally, it changes the energy that you go into the room when you have this love and this kind of happiness and joy in your heart. And then I'd just be sitting there, and maybe the other Black girl would just be like, hello, and then sizing each other up or whatever like that, because it's always so few spots for us in comparison to everyone else. And then I was like, I don't like that. I want to feel like family when I go in there. I want to feel like when you win, I win too. And to do that, it's kind of like you have to heal the community, and that's what I wanted to do. And so it started off with just a few of us, and now it's like, I don't know, 1,300 people in the group. And it's kind of difficult to manage from here, but we have events normally every year. Corona kind of screwed that up, but we'd have events, we'd have things where you can come, and we're a place for resources where you can pull from others, like, hey, I really need someone to help with this, or how do I do this, or just a mentor. I need a mentor that I could just lean on when things get hard. And it's just like, that's what we want to do. We want to provide this foundation of support for people that look like us. And it goes beyond that, because it's all people of color that we've opened our arms to. And it makes me feel good, because even when I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, it's too much work and I'm not getting a response, it seems like God knows I say that. Or knows that I'm going to say that, because I'll get a message like not even 10 minutes afterwards from somebody randomly like, hey Amber, I just want to tell you that I'm really appreciative that you provided this safe space for us to come and to get started, and so that we could hit the ground running, in this very difficult career choice that we've chosen, that we love so much. And so I really appreciate you. And I'm like, I guess I won't close it down. Like, it's just that one person. If it's just helping one person, then it makes it all worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I should know. It's been so much fire, like so many gems being dropped in this interview, and I appreciate it. So we're gonna try to land the plane on, if you could describe travel or long-term travel in one word, like what would you say and why?
That's a really interesting question. And maybe I'll have to just stick with what I know best, and that's just faith.
Oh wow.
You're gonna need a lot of it in yourself, and you're gonna need a lot of it in others.
Yeah.
When you decide to take the road less traveled, jump on a plane and go somewhere, leave the house and not sure what you're going to do next. So you just have to have faith that it's gonna come to you, and that that the people around you want what's best for you, and just like live your life to the fullest. I think a long-term travel, you definitely need faith.
Yeah, wow, that's so cool. I've never heard that word.
Because that's what's required to do it. I think that's just your first step. And that's what's going to get you out of the house. It's going to get you packing your bags, and it's going to get you on the plane, because you have no idea what to expect when you get there. You plan for the best, but you have no idea what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And so that's going to be like the best tool in your toolbox that you're going to have, is just faith that you are ready for this next adventure in your life, no matter how small, no matter who you come across. And so you just kind of get out there, you jump in, and you see what happens.
And wow, I love it. Like, yeah. I think as you said, like being Tamar, I don't know. Well, just going back to the role of you saying that everyone needs a friend like Tamar. Well, I personally see you as being like that friend like Tamar, just wanting the best for people. So yeah, it's incredible. Like even taking the time now and going into so much detail in this interview with helping people who want to act or to travel. It's just been incredible.
Thank you. I take that as a big compliment, because she's pretty incredible. She's a pretty incredible person. So thank you so much for that.
Yeah,
I mean, no purpose of the journey if you're not, really sharing that, with others.
Yeah.
So that they can better manage their own journey.
Right. Yeah, and even just to help with like people, so that they don't make the same mistakes that you've made, or they don't fall into the same traps. Because I think I can understand in acting how people can scam you, or just try to take advantage of you.
Always.
Yeah.
There's so much, you have to always be on the lookout for, and it really helps when you have someone there. It's like hold your hand, kind of like when you learn to ride a bike. Or skate or whatever, and you have that person there with you, like you can do it, and you don't realize that they've let you go, and you started doing it on your own. And then one day when you grow up, it's going to be your job for someone else. It's to like, you can do it, and then you let them go off into the world. My grandpa called them ladder holders. As a person up the ladder, it can get a little shaky, but if you have someone there holding it firmly, you have a lot more confidence to ascend.
Yeah, that's so true. We need community always. In anything, we need community.
Absolutely.
How may we connect with you?
Well, listen, I'm on like 99% of social media platforms. So you can I always say IG. I'm usually checking that one, or at least on there the most. You're more than welcome to follow me. Join the freak show, all the madness, all the really cool things I love to share on there. And yeah, that's my favorite place. I have a website as well. It's just my name, AmberShannonWilliams.com. And hopefully something really beautiful will come one of these days, and I'll be able to share that with you guys.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, I'm following you right now, and I definitely love to see your stories, the journey that you're on, and just, it's been incredible.
Like tag me and stuff if you want me to see it, because if not, then I might miss it. But just keep persistent at it. We're just regular people. We're just regular. Look, we have the same. We might be related. We're just regular people like everyone else. So we get busy and things like that, but we try our best to be available and to be responding to those who just kind of want to know what's going on.
Yeah. And we have the same initials, like AW and Williams. So cool.
You never know. We might be.
That would be cool. That would be so cool. So what are your plans, and what are the plans you think God has for you?
I want it to be an adventure, if that makes any sense. And I kind of don't want to know until it's time to know. And it sounds weird to say it out loud. You don't want to know what's going to happen, so you can prepare. But I think that I just love the surprise sometimes of how much better that the plan was than I could have ever imagined for myself. I'm in Spain, where I work more since moving here than I did living in the States, which is something I can talk about another day. But it's just like, if you would have asked me 5 years ago, I would have laughed in your face. It's like, what am I going to do there? And that was one of the plans that I definitely couldn't have guessed or wouldn't have wanted or asked for at the time. Because I thought things were going so well for me then. So it's like I actually like it when it's a bit of mystery in life. And so I'm like, bring it on. All that I ask is that you fold the handlebars for me, Lord. Like, keep me steady while I'm riding on this path that you put me on. And as long as that's happening, I'm okay with wherever that's leading me.
Okay. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense, because that you're doing this now, but you don't know what it's going to take you to in the future.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
None. And so it's just like, you might as well just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. Sure.
and just appreciate that you're alive, seeing another day, and to just to even have the opportunity to see what's next.
Yeah. And be able to impact people too, because I know people are really touched by you and just seeing you and just feeling represented, and it's amazing.
Well, thank you. It's never the plan waking up, but it's like, if anybody can get anything from my existence on being here, I feel like I've lived a purposeful life. And that's like one of the purposes of being here, is that you being alive has impacted someone else in a positive way.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. All right. So thank you, Amber. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And thank you for taking the time to watch. I'm sure you got so many gems from what she said. And if you want to connect with her, definitely go and follow her on IG, see what she's doing, say hi through tags or whatever, but comment. But we appreciate it.
I love comments.
Yeah.
I love pictures. I love all that stuff. So by all means, I try my best to respond. So thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for everyone watching. Thank you for anyone that's following me and supporting me on this journey. I really appreciate you all.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, perfect. So we appreciate you. So thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.